Smart students get bad grades. This makes no sense, right? You're intelligent. You study hard. You understand the material. But your exam results? Below average. This happens to thousands of students every year. And I figured out why. The real reason has nothing to do with intelligence. Let me explain. Here's the brutal truth. Being smart and getting good grades are two completely different skills. Smart means you understand concepts quickly. You grasp ideas. You think critically. Good grades mean you perform well on specific tests on specific days under specific conditions. One is natural ability. The other is a trained skill. Most smart students never learned the skill. That's the problem. I was one of these students. I understood everything in class. Chemistry? Made perfect sense. Physics? Easy to grasp. Math? I got the logic. But my grades? 70 to 75%. Average at best. My friends who seemed less naturally smart? They scored 85 to 90%. How? Because they mastered the skill I was missing. The skill of performing under exam conditions. Here's the first reason smart students fail. They don't practice retrieval. They understand once and think that's enough. But understanding in your room while reading is completely different from recalling under exam pressure. Your brain needs to practice pulling information out, not just putting information in. Smart students skip this step. They think, I already understand it, why practice? Big mistake. Understanding doesn't equal retention. Retention comes from repeated retrieval. Practice tests. Flashcards. Self-quizzing. That's what average students do. That's what smart students skip. Second reason. Smart students study concepts but ignore exam patterns. They focus on learning the material, not on how the material is tested. Every teacher has patterns. Question types they repeat. Topics they emphasize. Mistakes they look for. Average students analyze past papers. They know exactly what to expect. Smart students walk in blind. Confident in their knowledge. Shocked when questions don't match what they studied. I did this for years. Studied the textbook cover to cover. Ignored past exam papers. Result? 75%. When I finally analyzed past papers, I realized 30% of questions came from just 3 chapters. I had studied everything equally. Wasted energy. Smart but inefficient. Third reason. Smart students don't manage time well during exams. They spend too long on hard questions. Why? Because they're confident they can solve everything. Average students skip hard questions immediately. Come back later. Finish easy questions first. Guarantee those marks. Smart students get stuck. Waste 15 minutes on one question. Run out of time. Leave 3 easy questions blank at the end. Those 3 questions? Worth more than the one hard question. I lost 10 to 15 marks every exam just from poor time management. Not because I didn't know answers. Because I didn't finish the paper. So what's the solution? 3 simple changes. First, practice retrieval every day. Don't just read and understand. Close the book. Write down everything you remember. Use ChatGPT to test yourself. Create practice questions. Quiz yourself weekly. Your brain needs to practice pulling information out under pressure. That's how you build real retention. Second, analyze past exam papers like a detective. Look for patterns. Which topics appear most? What question types repeat? How are marks distributed? Study those high-frequency topics deeply. Skim low-frequency topics. Work smart, not just hard. I started doing this in my second semester. My grades jumped from 75 to 88%. Same intelligence. Better strategy. Third, practice time management during mock exams. Set a timer. 45 minutes for a 1-hour exam. Force yourself to work faster. Skip hard questions. Mark them. Come back later. Finish all easy and medium questions first. This alone can boost your score by 10 to 15 marks. Not by learning more. By finishing the paper strategically. Here's what I realized after years of frustration. Smart students fail because they rely on intelligence alone. They don't build exam skills. They don't practice retrieval. They don't study patterns. They don't manage time. These are skills. Learnable skills. Not intelligence. Once I learned these skills, my grades matched my understanding. Finally. So if you're smart but struggling, it's not because you're not capable. It's because you haven't trained the right skills yet. Start today. Practice retrieval. Study past papers. Time yourself on mock exams. Watch your grades improve in the next month. I promise. Comment below if this describes you. Smart but average grades. Let me know which subject frustrates you most. I'll reply with specific strategies for that subject. And subscribe to Learn Fast AI Academy, where we teach the skills schools don't. The skills that actually determine your grades. See you next video.